What's up? This is my work from home attire, and today I'm gonna bring you my to be read pile, TBR. First up, one that I bet a lot of you guys have read is Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I started to read the ebook when I got it from the library, but it's really long and I couldn't make my way through it, so I finally bit the bullet, bought a paper copy. I'm excited about the adaptation. I have heard really good things. I love like intricate systems of magic and like the physics of magic, and so I think this is going to be a really good one for me. Next, I have this incredible graphic novel called Deathless. It's about kind of mythology and death, and the art is beautiful. It's highly acclaimed, and especially doing a mythology podcast, I am really excited to see this like really famous, beautiful adaptation of a really, really interesting myth. We did an episode of Spirits on Cachet the Deathless, which is a like Russian Grim Reaper kind of tale. It has Baba Yaga, it has eagle husbands, it has death and murder and like a kind of sex slave dungeon thing. It's really, really good, and it's with Yvonne Pliss, my friend and one-time Wonkistan contributor or collaborator. For those of you who have been around for a long time, I did a cool a video with him about pancakes and politics, which I still love to rewatch, so I'm going to put links to both of those in the description. Another graphic novel from the stack is Essex County. My grandparents live in Essex County, New York, which is upstate in Adirondack State Park, and I just saw this graphic novel at a comic book shop one day and was like, this must be mine, because it's so funny to see this name of a county that doesn't get talked about very often, and just flipping through it, it's awesome. I think it has a like high school crime vibe to it, kind of like small town America portrayals, and like I'm here for that any time of day. But the art is gorgeous. The comic book shop employee where I bought it was like, that's a great book, so that's always a recommendation and an endorsement that I will take. Next, I've got Radio Diaries, a DIY handbook, which is a kind of like how to make radio book by the incredible team behind the podcast and radio show Radio Diaries. It is so like a cross-section of humanity, and a podcast that I will listen to first when it's new in my like podcast listening queue. And this handbook is about making radio stories, specifically radio diaries, so giving a subject a recorder and just having them kind of record their life, and how to write, mix, produce, edit those diaries into an actual show. And I'm really, really excited. And lastly, a kind of obscure pick is Theory of the Young Girl, which is by this press called Semiotext, which is a sort of publisher of like literary criticism and nonfiction and essays and like avant-garde kind of work from kind of French and English writers. And they have published some of my favorite works of literary criticism, some of my favorite just like books that changed my way of looking at the world. And I read about this in an essay where two authors were interviewing each other and kind of talking about how this book changed their worldview really fundamentally. So I'm excited to get through it. I don't know much about it, but it's essentially kind of theorizing the like image of the young girl and of girlhood, and kind of how that came to be and the effects that it's had on culture. So I'm pumped about it. So that's my to be read pile. Tomorrow I'm going to bring you some more books that I'm really excited to dig into from my flip through coffee book table. So books that I make last, that I flip through when I want inspiration. They kind of big, unwieldy, weirdly sized books. So stay tuned for that, and please, of course, let me know in the comments what you are reading, what you have read, what you're excited to read, and so we can all get some recommendations from each other. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for more Vita.